coming to Ella, you need to get all these places on your itinerary, especially the sunrise hike. Welcome to another G-Dubs vlog. This time the team are in Ella in central Sri Lanka. It's about 3 hours drive from Colombo, the capital, and I tell you what, it is an absolute naughty setup, famous for its 9 arches bridge, rolling tea fields and absolutely beautiful scenery. We're going to be taking you on a little journey, 2 to 3 day itinerary of all the best things to do there. The key thing is timings are so important here because it gets super busy. So you're either in the market for flare JPEGs, you're going to be getting up early. Your boy is still en route to 1,000 subscribers. Do me a favor, hit the button down below. Let's get cooking, baby. If you're looking for a little bit of a bougie activity here in Ella, nice relaxing morning with a sun rising and a active afternoon, as you can see in the distance behind me, very sort of Bali-esque, do you know what I mean, pool club. It's the only one here, Ravana Pool Club. Banging afternoon we have had, well, morning and afternoon. Ocean beach vibes, very much ocean beach, off wish.com, but definitely worth every penny. We're up high in the mountains, you've got all the tea fields in front of you, beautiful backdrop. Give a little pan over to that side, ridiculous scenes. It's an 8-minute drive from the centre of Ella. Definitely get a tuk-tuk. The hike is about 25 minutes, but it's purely uphill into the mountains, all up the tea fields. It costs us about 1,000 rupees, worth every penny for the drive up here. For a bed, you're looking at 15,500, which gives you the whole bed for 3 hours, and then you get 5,000 back for drinks and food. So yeah, definitely worth that. It's about £40 for that. You can do the whole day, and obviously you get money off the more time that you spend. The bar area is free to go in, so you can sit there, have a coffee, have drinks, etc. But if you want your own space, yeah, like I say, you've got to pay that for yeah, the little bits near the pool. Insane views, flare little swing that you can go out on. That's 3,500 if you want to do the swing, get the flare pictures with the dress on. And there's a zip line running in the distance, which looks absolutely active. It was super quiet this morning when we got here. So if you want to get any photos and videos, I'd definitely do that first thing in the morning. And then the afternoon is a bit more of a vibe, music pumping and all that good stuff. G-Dubs still on the mocktails. I've got 5 more days to go, so the king was enjoying a few beer waris, but yeah, definitely worth half a day up here. If you can do half a day, I'd do the morning into the early afternoon, and that's when you're going to get the best pictures and the most enjoyable time. Cheers now. As we've been walking and wandering the streets of Ella, somebody came up to me and said, "Are you the infamous chef cooking up all over Europe and now in Asia?" God right I am. So we've signed ourselves up for a little cooking class. Not sure if they want me to partake or run the show yet, but the team are locked and loaded. What are we going to be cooking, Em?
I think it's like 5 different curries.
Yeah, 5 different curries apparently, whipping up naughty amounts of herbs, spices and all that good stuff. Let's see what we can make. Cooking experience with Lanka, the main man himself, head chef for the evening. I'm giving him the reins to the kitchen. Starts off by giving you an insight into Sri Lankan cuisine, what makes the base of every curry that they kind of make, gives you some insight into all the different spices, passing those around the kitchen, getting a real kind of smell and feel for kind of what you're going to be working with. Nice little green tea to start with, and then yeah, the evening proceeds. The key thing you need to do is have some lunch. We got there at 5, we didn't eat till about 7:45, and when the aromas and spices and chopping and everything's kind of going around the kitchen, you're even more hungry. So we were absolutely starving by the end of it. Insane value. So we made a chicken curry, a pumpkin curry, cabbage curry, bean curry. We did like a coconut roti, and we also did a coconut sambal as well. So insane value, 3,500 rupees, about £8.50. So yeah, cannot complain for this huge mixed plate that we got at the end. And if you want to go back for seconds, you can do. We had about 11 people on our trip, and he's getting people up there at different stages. Some people are stirring, some people are chopping the garlic, the cabbage, the pumpkin. So you're kind of interacting throughout, obviously having some banter with the people around you. We had a couple of couples from Germany, a guy from Italy, some people from Pakistan, and a lady from France as well. So yeah, do you know what I mean? It's all people who are interested in cooking. I'll tell you, need like very baseline skills to do it. If you can chop a bit of veg up, you'll be absolutely fine. And yeah, like I say, 3,500, insane value. He did put this at 34% proof white label in a lot of the curries. So yeah, that was obviously a bit of a lethal concoction, but yeah, literally couldn't recommend it enough. Banging food, insane value, and a lovely change of evening to absolutely chinning beers as we're used to on this channel. So get that on the itinerary. So let's talk accommodation in Ella. We paid £23 per night for the room, which came with an amazing breakfast, which I'll show you in a second. So £11.50 each. Cannot complain. We'd been here about 30 seconds. It's already a tip. So obviously excuse all that. This one, the first place we stayed with a fridge, which is pretty nice. You buy a drink at the shop. It's absolutely boiling within about 10 seconds. But yeah, huge bed. Lovely sort of space, place to hang your stuff up, which is obviously delightful. Shower, I'd say mid-tier. The pressure on all the showers here, yeah, they're absolutely shambolic, but it was a hot shower. Again, things you'd love to see. We were about a 5-6 minutes walk just off that like main street in Ella, which is kind of what I would advise, because everything does get a little bit active around there in the evenings, especially if you're getting up for a little sunrise hike. Let's talk breakfast. Ridiculous scenes. This comes included in the price in the room. Every single day we kept saying, oh no, smaller amounts. And I think she took that as the complete opposite. So we had like omelettes, fruit, different teas, absolutely banging for the price. When the alarm clock is going off at 4:45 a.m, you better believe a sunrise is on the itinerary for the day. So me and the King obviously went up Little Adams Peak. It's about a 15-minute hike if you go from the pool club we were at yesterday, which is about, I'd say, a 8-minute tuk-tuk journey from the centre of Ella. If you walk from the centre of Ella all the way up there, I would say it's about an hour. And at that time of day, it's absolutely pitch black. I would definitely just pay the 500, 600 rupees to get you a tuk-tuk to 3/4 of the journey. We were the first people up there at 5:30 a.m. It is absolutely pitch black the whole way up the hike in the mountain. So obviously if you've got your phone, you can just bang the light on that. Some people did have head torches and that sort of stuff. But yeah, obviously go up there with caution. It is super dark. So you will be safe here, everything's super safe, but do you know what I mean? If you are cautious of stuff like that, go as a group, stay in a hostel, go with other people, and you'll be absolutely fine. We got up there at 5:30, 5:45 was when it was getting really busy. There's kind of 3 main peaks. The one which is the highest where we stood, we were the first there, we had a really good view. And there's a kind of lower peak which is in front of the tree line, but it's slightly lower. Again, super good view, but active, like it was super busy. So we stayed at the top peak and then walked down to the kind of lower one, and there was so many people at that point. And then there's a third viewing point on the far right of the shot, which again is harder to get to, further walk, but again will give you a great view. So obviously, yeah, if you get up there first, I'll just go to the first one. If you get up there slightly later, yeah, go to the second or third. If you want to get, do you know what I mean, photos, videos, all that good stuff without people in there. The sunrise today was, it was nice, but it wasn't the best that I've ever seen. We've seen some great ones in Positano, in Rimini in Italy over the years. It was super misty, so it created this really cool effect where the kind of mist and clouds were coming through the mountains, which was pretty flair. And yeah, the sun slowly rising. In the backdrop, you have full 360 panoramic views. So you have the sun rising over the mountains on one side, you have the whole of Ella and the town just behind you, and then just above that you have the moon in the distance as well. So yeah, the juxtaposition, the atmosphere, the ambiance is absolutely top draw. It's a super easy hike. If you're only going to do one hike in Ella and you want an easy one, I would do that. Get a tuk-tuk 3/4 of the way, 15-minute hike. You've got a great view. Sunrise is kind of what most people do it as, but if you wanted to do it later in the day and just get a great view of the valley, I would highly recommend it. But yeah, it is going to be an early start, and I would definitely get up there as one of the first people, because you're going to get the best spot. People who are getting up there later, you're just looking at the back of people's heads, unless you're an absolute beanpole like myself. So get it on the list. It's an absolute banger, and we'll see you very shortly. 9 Arches Bridge. You want to be getting here super early. The first train of the day was 7:24, so we've gone and done the sunrise hike, and now, yeah, getting pictures, sun rising in the distance, a beautiful sort of tropical rainforest, and all sort of rice fields as you're kind of walking up here. We got a tuk-tuk the whole way. It's a super long drive. It's a slightly shorter walk. You don't need to go all the roadways, about 30 minutes from the centre of Ella, but it still is a bloody long way. Well, this is the first train we could get JPEGs of this morning. Still a fair amount of people here. We saw some photos yesterday about 12 o'clock, and it was absolutely Sergio Ramos. So if you are going to come here, definitely get here early. Check out the Insta for the JPEGs, because it's just a ruthless morning. The things you love to see. Pan across. Pleasure. It's usually the team making the mistakes so you don't have to. However, this time we've got an absolute pearl of wisdom for you. It's going to save you a 7-hour train journey if you want the flare JPEGs holding out the train, or if you just want to see cool scenery, go across sort of Nine Arches Bridge and not have to battle 7 hours in a stuffy carriage from Kandy to Ella. Go to Demodora. I'll overlay the name on the screen now, so you can go to Nine Arches Bridge in the morning, then go to Demodora. It's about 8:31 train roughly. So yeah, we literally got our picks on the bridge itself. Tuk-tuk driver dropped us off at Demodora, got us a little train ticket, we jumped on the train, and yeah, we're just waiting for him to pick us up back at LNI. Saves the journey. Get your flare picks. There was literally no one in the carriage, and every single person that we spoke to, the one that goes from Kandy to Ella, is absolutely rammed. So yeah, if you want a more relaxing, enjoyable experience, get yourself on that. And fuck me, I look absolutely lethal in this sunshine. We're here all day, baby. The team coming through with another stellar recommendation for anyone that wants to get some caffeine, some coffee in the bones. Mandala Tiki Bar. Flare little backdrop, nice little seating at the back in the sun, overlooking some nice little cricket pitches, and the coffee connoisseur that is Emma King. What's the rating, Em?
10 out of 10, it's actually really nice. And normally I'm oat milk, coffee gal, but this is hit the spot.
Yeah, reconverted. I was going to say to the dark side, but back to the light side of normal milk. But yeah, get the coffee in the bones. No monsters in sight. We keep it moving. Hike number 2 of the day. You know, on this channel we're all about viewpoints, sunsets, sunrises, and just collecting that data as geographers. We're going to go up to Ella Rock today. Apparently it's about a 3-hour round trip for if you've got small legs or absolute terrible cardio on you. But everywhere you go you seem to be walking up or down a railway here. So we got dropped off at Kathala railway station. I'd say it's about 10-15 minute tuk-tuk outside of Ella, the centre of Ella. You can walk up there. We're going to walk on the way down, so it's probably an extra 30 minutes on the end. But yeah, we should be flying up into the hills, into the mountains behind us, collecting that data, taking in some naughty views. Don't know why we decided to do this at 11:30, but you know, sunrise this morning, catching all the trains. 3rd train we've seen today. I feel like Francis Bourgeois, whatever his name is, he does all the train spotting. Shout him out, absolute legend of the scene. And yeah, catch you at the top for some views, baby. Hiking up Ella Rock, baby. Absolute naughty views when you get to the top. So you start off by walking along the train tracks, and then you go through some unbelievable rice fields. So you get the big mountains in the backdrop, you get the terraced rice fields just in front of you. You cross over a lovely little stream, different people kind of swimming within that, and then you kind of start zigzagging your way up, kind of ladders of Couture-esque, yeah, up through the mountains, all kind of like shrubland and stuff like that. So it's great viewing throughout. You come to like a first plateau viewing point, lovely kind of views over Ella. I'd say that's about 15-20 minutes in. Or maybe 25 to be fair. There's a guy selling like really nice coconuts. Obviously G-Dubs frequented one of those. Unfortunately there wasn't much juice in, but it was bloody good. And then you take a right there and you go straight up the mountain. You can't go wrong at that point. All the 3 paths you can choose at the start lead to that point, and then yeah, you literally just keep going straight up. There's loads of people kind of walking up there. I would say it's a moderate hike. You don't need to have really good fitness, but do you know what I mean? Don't go up there if you're in a absolutely terrible nick and you got the cardio of an elephant. Maybe an elephant's got good cardio. Who knows? Maybe I should go research that afterwards. But yeah, it's about, I'd say about 20-25 minutes from there. It's a little bit more difficult, a little bit harder on the feet itself. And then when you get to the top, it is 970 rupees to go and see the view, which is a good way of doing it. To get you all the way to the top, obviously you're going to pay that to see the view. If you are a local Sri Lankan, it's only 40 rupees, so I kind of respect that. They're on their hustle. The viewing platform is phenomenal. Again, full view of the entire valley. You've got Ella on one side, you've got Little Adams Peak, which we walked up this morning for sunrise, and again, it's just beautiful all the way around to the right. And then there's a second viewing platform, which I'd say is about a 5-10 minute walk down to the right hand side. You go past a little cabin within the woods, and again, it's very similar. Beautiful view of the rice fields, the trees, all the shrubbery, the landscape. You really get that kind of macroeconomics of the area that you're in, which is unbelievably beautiful. And yeah, there's a little waterfall that you can see as well. If you just want to go up there and get a few JPEGs, just go to the first viewing platform. They're very, very similar. But yeah, if you're in the market for a viewpoint and a little hike, I would choose this one over the sunrise one personally. But if you're here for a few days, I would definitely get them both done because, you know, G-Dubs, always a geographer, always collecting that data, and it's an absolute beautiful little spot. Naughty. Outro time, baby. So Ella, should you come here, yes or no? It's a definite yes. There's loads of stuff you can do here. It's a lot more active than Willapatu and Sigiriya. So if you want to come here and booze, a bit more nightlife, a bit more energy flying about the gaff, that is definitely a possibility. Places to watch sport as well. For me, the highlights were the cooking class, which was, so I've never done a cooking class before. Great evening, banging food, good company. And then I'm always about hiking, scenery, great viewpoints, great JPEGs. On that note, if you don't follow me on Instagram, what are you doing? Get in the comments and follow me right now. But yeah, the hikes were the best points for me. I would always go for a sunrise or a sunset. But again, the Ella Rock hike was phenomenal. And for what, an hour's hike, the views that you get there, absolutely ridiculous. Drinking in all that data. As I say, yeah, super, super active on that main strip or main street in Ella. It is super, super busy. So when you're walking, there's no pavement anywhere in Sri Lanka. So yeah, just be careful on there. But yeah, I would definitely say it's a bit more of like a backpackery type route where there's a lot more going on. If you do have any questions about Ella, our experience, where we stayed, or anything in between, drop me a message in the comments while you're there. Hit the subscribe button because we've got insane amounts of footage and content for Sri Lanka coming in the next couple of days, weeks, months on our round the world trip. We're only at stop 2 of 25 countries, so insane year ahead. And remember, baby, the chef is always cooking.